Hello, and welcome to the Art Hitman. I'm Perry Mechanics. Hang out with me for a while, and I'll show you how to draw Shadow the Hedgehog. Look at him go. He's great, isn't he? Good, pretty good dancer. All right, I'm gonna get started. We're gonna come on and come down, and then divide the page in half. And don't go away off the bottom of the page because we want to have his whole body on this. This is going to be a vertical, not landscape, but we want a portrait of the way the paper is facing and not landscape. So that way we can get his entire body on. So the first thing I want to do is have this hair to stop for the top of his head. I'm gonna come down a little bit, and let's say about maybe an inch. Stop it there. We're going to start with a circle. The circle is going to be the beginning aspect of his head. And as I always state, you can check right to left by taking your your index and your middle finger and moving it right to left, and it's about equal. You know, you keep the same distance between your fingers. And put a dividing line for where his eyes are going to go. For his body, you want to put a oval shape about this size, no bigger than the inch that I mentioned right above his head. His body is not huge, so we don't need a whole lot of space for his body. And then with his arms, you're just going to simply put in 2 circles for his shoulders, right and left, and then have his arms come out away from his body. Same thing with his left side, have his arms come out away from his body. Now for the lower part of him, you want to just simply put in a small little oval like this, and then bring lines down for his legs, just like this, and then stop. Do the same thing for his left leg, then stop. Now for his sneakers that he's wearing, I just want you to block in a triangular shape like so, and stop it right here towards the bottom of the page. Now for his left leg, you want the foot to come out about here, and then stop it. So right now you have a triangular shape here, and then you want to kind of do a half of a triangular shape here for his other foot. For his fist, we want to come down about midway of where his knees would be, and then block in a square, just like this. And do the same thing for his left side. Now, and move back up to his head, and then start putting in some detail. So I'm going to go to my number 2 pencil, and at this point what we want to do is want to go ahead and start with, let's say, his eyes. Come in just off of the edge, and you want to come in and bring an oval shape on an angle almost, and then stop here. Then come back up like this, right off this center line. You want to have this arc come around just like that. So the shape is simply going up, a curve around, and then back, almost repeating itself. Then for the left side, you want to have that overlap this. So you want to kind of come under like this, just like a little W, and repeat the same shape for his left side. Come around, it's almost like a heart shape for Dark Sonic, and then stop. And then come underneath this, which is already established, and bring a line out of that and bring it up just like this. Now we're going to move down to where his nose and mouth is going to be. For his mouth area, we want to bring a kind of like a hill shape in like this, and then come off to the side of his face, making an oval shape, and come around under the bottom of his chin. Repeat that same shape on his left side and do the same thing. So I almost want to say it's like a cloud shape. So you want to have something of an oval come around like this, and a hump in the middle, divide in half, of course, to get the kind of even on the other side, and come around and close it. With his nose is just going to point up slightly. So you're going to come up with a line like this, bring it up to the center, and then come back down, and then stop. Now for his eyes are going to come just where his nose is. So draw a line straight across like this, and that's where you'll stop where his eyes are going to be. So you're going to come down and then go back up, just like that. Do the same thing for his left side. Come up like this. and then go in the center and repeat that. So you're going to shave this in his iris or retina, whichever one. And at that point, he has an outer layer that comes up like this, and you want to repeat the shape that's already there. Do the same thing on his left side. I always work from left to right because it keeps you from forgetting what's happening on both sides. Now once you establish that, you want to come over top of that with another one. It's a layer that kind of comes up and kind of repeats this whole shape here. Same thing on his left side, and then stop. With his mouth, he has a half smirk, so you want to repeat this shape here, come here and do a line just like this, arc it, then bring it a line down like this, like a half smile. Dark Sonic smirks. He doesn't do a full smile. Okay, so now we're going to use the outside of this circle shape that we have for his head, and we're going to come above that, right above this shape, and then put his ears here. Put the right ear and repeat that shape on the inside. It's a triangular shape. And then go to the left side and repeat the same thing. So how you know where it is in place is right above where the eyebrow is on his head. Come up and then go back down just like this. And repeat the same shape on the inside for that shape. Now for the top of his head, we're going to use this kind of, it's an arc that's going to come off the top of the page, and you're going to actually hit this edge of the ear here. Just like that, and you're going to arc it around like a huge arc shape. You're going to stop, and then you're going to bring the other side down just behind his right ear. Okay, now we're going to come in a little bit. Use your finger if you want. I'll switch fingers for you so you can see. Mark that where I put this mark. You want to repeat this shape right here, because Dark Sonic has a kind of like an arrow shape right in the center, and it goes over, and you take it off the side like this. Now for the other shapes, right under his ear, you're going to come in and then up. So the way to measure this is to draw a line just like this so that you don't go too far past his top pine here. Come up, down, and then come right to where the sphere shape is for his face. And so it's symmetrical. You can repeat that on his left side. Right off here, right under the ear, you're going to repeat the same shape for symmetry. Just simply mean making it even. Come up, come down, and then come up again, just like this. Now he has another one that's going to, way I would measure this is, it's going to be behind him. So we're going to come, and this overlaps this. So you're going to go a little darker, come under, and then go up. And it's not out quite as far as the top, the one above it. Just like this. And you're going to come in, you're going to stop about where the shoulder is that we're going to bring in. Repeat the same thing, overlap it on this side, do the same thing. Don't go past this point, which is here. Come down, stop it, and then stop it at where his shoulder is going to be. And just like the rest, like in this spot here, I'll point them out, and on top of his head, he has these racer stripes. That's kind of cool. So you want to come in and repeat this shape here and taper it off just like that. Same thing here, taper it off just like that. And you're just essentially repeating the shapes that we already drew in. Come here and do the same thing. Same thing on this side, on his left. Now, we've got his face all constructed here. And I'm gonna go ahead and now we're gonna put in on his chest, he has like a patch of hair. And so we're gonna use the center line to kind of gauge that. And it's almost like a little mini Christmas tree. So you're gonna come in, out, a little smaller, and out one more time. He only has 3 on each side. So when you come down the center, you're gonna center it just like this and come up on this side and repeat that same shape. Over, down, over, and then stop. So essentially this piece here covers his entire chest, just about. And with his arms, you're gonna just come out like this and keep a straight line, come down. Repeat that straight line off like this, and then repeat it on his left side as well. This, and then come off like that. Once you have that in place, we're going to go back into his body, and underneath this we're going to come down all the way to where this oval shape is here. Do the same thing for his left side, repeat that same thing. For his legs, come out, around, and then stop. Do the same thing here, stop. And right in the center here is a small space here, and we're going to do the same thing for his left leg. Repeat this line and then the outer shape here. Now for his hands or fists. For his fists, we're going to, now what you want to do is you want to bring in a line that comes down like this, cut over, and stop it right here. Come down a little bit on this side and bring it down to his wrist. Repeat that same shape off of this outside edge to the inside. Now once you have that completed, you're going to create a ring, which is an ellipse or half an oval shape. You're going to bring it in just like this and then stop. And repeat that same shape. Now once you have this whole entire wrist band here that he's wearing, you want to come into where his fist is and start a curve that comes down to the bottom, just like that. Come to the inside and then wrap it around into the middle of the hand. Create a line that comes into the center right off of this line here. Create an arc right there. This will be the indication between the thumb and the index finger. Have a line that comes around the bottom, which would be the top part of the. Move over one more and create a line just like this for his middle finger. Then another one for his third finger. And then finally, his pinky is going to come around just like that. So you're going to have an arc that goes this way, and then this way. Now we're going to move over to the left side, so you can take a line or you can use your pencil. And this is what I do sometimes to make it as even as possible. Take your pencil, put your finger there, mark it, and then close it off. And repeat the same thing that was done on his right side, which is essentially bring the line down over. And in the center, you're going to bring down this part of the glove and then bring it over to the outside. Then he has another part of the glove that goes down slightly and then over. Do the same thing with the outer part of his glove here. And repeat the same thing for his left hand. Alright. And just like for the right hand, you want to bring in a line that comes around and in. Bring that line inside to the center. Where this part comes in, you can measure that off of that and then make an arc here. Create a line that comes out of this, and this will be his index finger. Then you want to do the middle finger. Then you want to do the third finger, and then finally bring this line around, and this will finalize and bring the pinky in. Just like this. Now, we move back up really quick, and he does have two more pieces on his back of his hair that comes down on the side. You want to drop that in right behind him so that later on we don't forget that. Those are two important pieces of his hair. And bring it up just like that. Now it's time to work on his sneakers. For his sneakers, you want to come up just enough so that he's wearing, it's almost like he's wearing ankle socks, but high enough so that you have the bottom part at the beginning of the shoe, which is simply a square shape. And I'm going to remove these two lines here so that I don't confuse anyone. Now, bring that line in and repeat that inner line just like this. Bring it down, stop. Just like on his gloves, he has the same thing on his sneaker, which is essentially the same shape as an oval shape. And you curve it just like this. Close the bottom part off. Bring that in, and you get the same shape here. Repeat it. In the middle, we already have the triangular shape here for a sneaker, so you just want to follow that right down to the bottom and repeat the inside shape to the outside shape here. And then from the outside of this curve here, bring a line straight down for the outside of the sneaker. Now the bottom part is going to be essentially a line that goes up, and we're going to use the center line here. You're going to go over and then come back down, just like this. And you simply repeat that shape, excuse me. Come up to the center, come over, and then come down. Close it off. And you'll have this shape here. Now, And within that shape, there's a circle that fills that shape, and then another circle within that circle, and then close it off. And what you just did there was just completed his sneaker right here. For his left sneaker, it's going to the outside of his body instead of coming forward. So what you want to do is you want to bring this part of it and match over like that part of the tongue on his sneaker out away from his leg. I'm going to erase this line again so I don't confuse you. Bring it over and up just like this. Do the back side of it because there's a back side to what he's wearing here. Close that off. Now repeat the same ring. Right next to this one is going to be right here. And then close it off just like this. Bring this shape down into the front. And this same line that comes here, it repeats in the middle here. And just bring that line over. Once you get to the bottom of the sneaker on this side, you're going to close it off. And then meet the bottom of this sneaker over here. Come up, come back down. And in the front, it tapers off and comes up just like this shape you see here. So it's going to match that side there. Make that as even as possible. Match these two lines here. Come over and then close it off. Finally, you're going to make that circle come over here. That's just like this. It's not a circle, it's an oval. And then you're going to put a line here. And now, if you've drawn along with me up to this point, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my eraser, clean all these lines up, make it nice and neat. And at the end of the video, if you like, you can pause it and take a look at it.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe by clicking this round button at the bottom. Also, click one of the two videos at the top. Please like this video, tell a friend, and share it on Facebook. Thank you.
The Art Hitman.